Hey, what's up, everybody? Bdf 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so this is one of those things that, you know, I don't particularly talk too much about this type of stuff too often, but I guess I'll bring it up because it's in the sports world. But there's a hairdresser who is basically suing Fox Sports, FS1 and their affiliates. She is named Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and I guess one of the execs, I believe, in her lawsuit as defendants. And she's alleging a lot of stuff that, you know, doesn't look too good. And she also brought up some things that make me look at her like, is this really necessary for me to know? Is this relevant? What does this have to do with you? She was essentially saying Joy Taylor was having an affair with Emmanuel Alcho. What the hell that got to do with you? It was the first thing that came to mind. It spoke to spite. Didn't mean that it wasn't true. It just means that everything else that comes after that, I'm receiving in the spirit of spite. Now, is that fair? I don't know if it's fair or not. I'm just telling you how I'm looking at it, based on the unnecessary nature of some of the details provided in the lawsuit and how it doesn't relate to her in any way. She is essentially saying she told Joy Taylor that this executive that she named was demanding something sexual from her in some way, and Joy told her, you know, don't worry about it or something like that. I didn't understand the details there. She said that Skip Bayless essentially told her that he was willing to pay for it and was willing to give her over $1 million for it. And of course, she turned Skip down. And Skip said, ain't your father, aren't you, he said something along the lines, allegedly, that it was, aren't you Muslim? And y'all got multiple wives. When I guess she told him, hey man, you married, what the heck are you doing? And he may have said something like that. And then she proceeded to tell him her father had passed, and that's when he kind of backed off. I don't pride myself in someone who victim shames in any way, but I also don't pride myself on being somebody who receives certain things without looking at the energy behind it. And this feels like someone who is being spiteful, if I'm being honest with you. It doesn't mean what she's saying isn't true. It just means that if things didn't go left as she sees it with the parties involved, she wouldn't be doing this. And that's what I think that's what I actually think is going on there. If I'm being honest with you, after listening to people describe the lawsuit, I don't know that she isn't just being unnecessarily spiteful. And that's what it feels like to me. And that's exactly how I'm taking it. She could very well be telling the truth. It's unfortunate that she felt uncomfortable. But to drag Joy, it just seemed like she hated Joy. She like, yo, this went a certain way with me, and I'm gonna smear Joy. I'm gonna make everybody understand that she didn't get her stance in this position without sleeping her way to the top. I hate Joy, and I'm gonna smear her. That's exactly what this speaks to. Skip Bayless, she didn't like Skip Bayless for whatever reason, so she gonna smear him too, or Skip really did this, however that looks. But the Joy part, that just feels like sheer hate. Absolute and utter despise. That's what that feels like to me. And so, you know, we're in a world where we're supposed to ignore how we receive certain energy. People don't even look at energy. They just look at what's being said. I look at the energy. The unnecessary nature of her telling us about the alleged relationship between Joy and Alcho. I didn't see no reason for that to be in the lawsuit. That was unnecessary information that feeds the internet something that would smear Joy and Alcho. It doesn't necessarily do anything but bring attention to whatever transgressions you may perceive in the circumstances, given the fact that they are married people, both of them. It's just like, man, for me, if she can't prove all of this, that's not a good look for her as it pertains to what I think comes after that, because there will be countersuits, I'd imagine. And the countersuits are going to hold a whole lot of merit. Whole lot of merit if she can't prove what she has to say here. And so it's a massive lawsuit with a lot of money attached to it. Obviously, as you know, someone responsible as it pertains to the lawyers took it on, so there must have been something that it would make them say, okay, we'll take this. But then again, in the era we're in, where everybody's looking to be messy and expose people for being nasty, and I think there could be a legislative group that may just want to bring attention to themselves by taking on some bogus, high-profile lawsuit so that they can big up their name in this era where everybody's excited about the Diddy stuff. Everybody's excited about the Jigga stuff. There is a different demand upon messy nastiness as it pertains to the internet and all the talking heads that need something to talk about. Leverage negotiations in regards to some of the talent in FS1 and various different things like that. It's just too many different angles that tell me that maybe the people who are behind this release of this information and this lawsuit may not exactly be looking for the integrity of the lawsuit to be strong, but more so the messiness to be big enough so that everybody will pay attention to it. And that's kind of what this felt like to me. In looking at the lawsuit, it looked like a bunch of messiness. Nothing real, nothing substantial, probably nothing that's going to be taken too seriously by minds that are actually intelligent enough to think for themselves, but more so something that's going to get the internet in a frenzy and ultimately distract people. That's what this looked like to me. Low level messiness, man, honestly. Low level messiness. It should be taken seriously because there are some strong alleged allegations in this lawsuit. But the energy behind some of those allegations and some of the unnecessary information that came our way spoke to spite. You know what I mean? Just pettiness. Low level high school pettiness is the spirit behind a lot of that information, to be honest with you. So that's exactly what I think of it, man. That's exactly what I think of it. And as soon as I heard people talking about it, I'm like, okay, what's being alleged? Oh, that's not too good. That's not too good. Okay, why is that there? why do we need that information? What does that have to do with the person who's filing this lawsuit? Nothing. She's just trying to smear people. Okay, so why should I trust anything else she's saying? And she got to answer that question, I'd imagine. So this just looks like internet food, to be honest with you. Internet food. Clickbait on the highest scale. That's what it looks like. And I'll tell you, people just need to be very careful about what they do at the end of the day. Because if you were talking around this woman, or if you involved this woman in any of your conversations about such and such, I heard that there might have been some drug allegations alleged in this lawsuit as well. You know, it's been said that the nasty man at the top was allegedly supplying a certain type of narcotic to the people there. Like, some of this information is like, yo, why do you know this? Like, that's the question I have for anybody, for that lady who's filing this lawsuit. Why do you know about that? It's not like they run around telling you stuff that you know what I mean? Who has it? You know what I'm saying? You would otherwise be somebody who wanted it in order for you to get that information. There's one thing I know about people who do that type of stuff. They're not exactly going around telling everybody who's not paying for it what the hell they doing. So for me, and the sloppiness of the information coming our way leads me to also think that there may be something wrong with this person. Like, my understanding of how drug addicts think, they ain't covering their backside about nothing. When they talk about being spiteful, it's going to be so many different holes in the story. It's going to be so much unnecessary information because they drugged out of their damn mind. I am the wrong mind for the era I'm in, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this comes down to. I'm the wrong mind for this. You can't sell me certain things. I'm not subscribing to the, oh my God, I better believe what she say because she alleged the conversation. You better not be lending yourself to being spiteful, dishonest, lacking in intelligence, lacking in character, or any of that if you want me to take your allegations seriously. That's the problem with me. We're in the era where we're going to believe anybody because this is rude not to. I'm not, no. I'm the guy talking about genocide. I know what people are turning a blind eye to. I'm not playing no games. If I see something, I see something. That alleged against Skip and Joy, and the other dude, that looked like bullcrap. That's what it looked like. Through the lens that I'm living through, that don't look like nothing anybody who has any real sense to actually take seriously. Not really. Too much spite behind it. Bdf 44, I thank y'all for watching. No.